When a contractor comes to your home, they notice things within the first 10 seconds. In today's video, I'm going to explain what it is that we see, how it affects you, and most importantly, what you can do about it. I've been doing this for over 30 years, and I can tell you, contractors, they don't miss much. Now, the first thing we notice is flooring. And if your project has anything at all to do with flooring, then you're going to want to make sure you pay attention to this first part, okay? When we come into your home and we notice that flooring is uneven, maybe there's a big dip, that tells us that there's structural issues underneath that, which means the cost is going to go up, it's going to involve more time, and it, at the very least, really needs to be investigated, right? So what can you do about it? Well, not much. The flooring is what the flooring is. But what you should do is at least tell your contractor that yes, there is some dips and you recognize that, so that you and your contractor together can come up with a plan that will be put into the budget at the beginning. That way it's not going to be a surprise later. Now, if you don't mention it, and even worse, if the contractor doesn't see it, then once they start doing the work and they demo everything out, they're going to have to adjust the quote based on what they find, right? So if you already know that there's some flooring issues, structural issues especially, that's something you and your contractor can talk about in the very beginning, and therefore make your plan to correct it and have it, more importantly, in the budget from the beginning, right? Now, the second thing I want to talk about, and it's not a popular topic, but it's odor, okay? When a contractor, at least I know from my experience, when I walk into your home and I pick up on an odor, especially like a musty odor. Now, this usually refers more to kitchen or bathrooms and basements, but nevertheless, if I pick up on an odor that smells a bit musty, that tells me that there's moisture issues, maybe ventilation issues, air circulation issues, and that tells me that I need to look deeper, right? So if I'm going to be doing a basement renovation and there's a musty odor, chances are you have maybe some exterior vapor barrier problems, things like that. So if we're going to reno your basement, we're going to want to look into that, right? And that usually, again, requires more cost, right? So maybe you have a cracked foundation, there's actually water leaking in. Maybe there's going to be mold issues now. So it's just something you want to be aware of. And if you, as a homeowner, you may not even realize that there's an odor because you live in it, right? You become accustomed to it. So one thing you might want to think about is, if you're going to have a contractor come and investigate your space and provide you with a quote, you might want to think about walking through your home and just take note. Is there a bit of an odor? And if so, mention it to your contractor so you can say to the contractor, you're aware of it, let's plan for it, and like, this is your part to do, right? You say, I know there's an odor, it could be a water leak, or we had a leak last year, and now we can proceed, you and the contractor together, with an actionable plan, again, very important, at the beginning of your project, so that it doesn't come up as an add-on later and affect your budget, all right? Now, let me just take a minute right now to ask you guys for a quick favor. Have you ever had a contractor come into your home? And if so, if I were to come into your home right now, today, what is the first thing I would notice about your home? Let me know in the comments below. I'm really curious what I would find if I walked into your home right now. Now, the third and final thing I want to talk about in this video, and this is the most important one because it drastically can affect your budget, which we all care deeply about our budgets. And what that is access and layout, okay? If we come to your home to do the quote and we notice that there's lots of cars in the driveway, that you have staircase that's tight, tight hallways, lots of clutter, things like that, then we know that to navigate your space with tools and materials, it's going to cost us a lot more time, which in turn obviously will cost a lot more money, right? So that's something we notice right away. As soon as I pull up in your driveway, I notice, hey, there's lots of cars. I have nowhere to put a bin. I'm gonna have to park on the street. And then I come into your home and really narrow hallways, lots of tables and clutter and boots and stuff in the way. And it's gonna cost me a lot of effort and time to get materials in and out. Where am I gonna put my tools? If I have materials delivered, where can I put them, right? The driveway's packed with cars, things like that. So what can you do? Here's the action step for you as a homeowner. Even before you call your contractor, clear your driveway. Maybe make some space in your garage where the contractor could put materials or tools. Clear all the clutter in the area that you want to renovate, as well as the area to get to where you want to renovate. That way, when the contractor comes to your home, he's gonna walk in ready to do the quote, and he's gonna notice all those things. He will notice that, hey, there's lots of room to park. I can put a bin there. And you as a homeowner can point out, yep, I cleared a spot in the garage for materials and tools. Perfect. The direction to go to the renovation, whether it's a basement, a bathroom, whatever it is, the hallways towards that area are clear of clutter. Maybe even take the screen door off, things like that. Whatever you can do to make it easy access, right? Now, when I'm talking to you about your renovation, I'm gonna notice all those things because, as I said at the start of this video, we notice everything right away, within the first 10 seconds. And if we notice that you're prepared, that the area is clear, when we write up our quote, that's gonna be reflected on our price, okay? It will absolutely be reflected on our price because now I know when I pull up with tools and guys and materials, I have a place to store them, I have room in the driveway to park. The transition to get to where I need to do the renovation is clear of clutter. It's gonna be quick, it's gonna be easy, the project's gonna run smooth. And that means I can keep my price lower. But if that isn't done, then obviously my price will be higher because now I have to navigate all that stuff, right? Now, of course, as a homeowner, you can't make your hallway wider and things like that, but you can do the things that you can do to make it easier, right? So as a homeowner, you should focus on that. Do what you can do. Clear your driveway, et cetera, right? I think you get the point. So if you're thinking about a renovation and you want to have a contractor come in to give you a quote, remember, a contractor notices everything and notices it usually within the first 10 seconds. So anything you can do to help make that experience go smoother, it'll probably affect the project smoothness as well as the price, okay? So I suggest you take a look at this last video I made, which is things to make sure you talk to your contractor about, all right? Things you should share with your contractor. It'll really help you with your renovation, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.